Sovs.
Oi oi, you precious metal punters. Welcome back to Brits and Sovs, the channel where we don't just weigh up gold and silver, we throw platinum into the ring like it's the underdog boxer from East Ham who's been training in his nan's shed. And today, we've got a right juicy one. Platinum's knocking on the door of £1,000, that's right, £996 an ounce as of this morning. And before you ask, nah, it's not because Stormzy started stacking bars or Adele melted down her Brit Awards. It's because this metal's rarer than a tube train, without a delay, and heavier than your Aunt Pauline after Christmas dinner. Now, most people, bless them, think platinum's just posh silver. Can't blame them, really. It's got that cool silvery grey look, a bit like the Queen's hair used to be, before Charles started stressing her out. But here's the twist, mate. It ain't silver, it's its own geezer. Rarer than gold, rarer than silver, and solid enough to make a Kit Kat look like a biscuit in comparison. You see, it's denser than both. Proper thick, like someone who buys copper, thinking it's rose gold. 1 ounce is always the same weight, obviously. But because platinum's denser than gold or silver, it takes up less space. It's like trying to fit the same amount of attitude into a smaller geezer. You still get the punch, just in a tighter package. An ounce of platinum's more compact than gold, and gold's already smaller than silver. Stack all three next to each other, and it's like the reverse of a Russian doll set. Platinum's the moody little one that hits hardest. Now here's the thing, platinum ain't just sitting in someone's jewellery box next to a faded photo of Cliff Richard. Nah, it's grafting. 50% of the demand every year goes straight into the automotive industry. Catalytic converters. That's right, the very things that keep your motor from pumping out more fumes than a Friday night kebab shop. Without platinum, your car'd be coughing out smoke like it's running on chip fat. And that demand, it's been outstripping supply since 2012. Yeah, over a decade of platinum being more wanted than a beer tent at Glastonbury. Year in, year out, we've had a deficit. And not like the kind your local council pretends ain't their fault. I'm talking proper supply gap, which means eventually the price has to catch up. Basic economics, innit? Supply low, demand high, prices rise. Even the geezer running the dodgy hooker duck stall at Clacton could tell you that. Now, while gold's sitting all smug above £2,400 an ounce, platinum's lurking down below £1,000. And here's where it gets interesting. The platinum to gold ratio's sitting at about 2.42. That means gold's more than twice as pricey as platinum, even though platinum's 30 times rarer. Madness, right? It's like paying triple for bottled water when your tap's pumping out champagne. That ratio used to hover way lower, but right now it's screaming undervalued, louder than someone trying to order chips at Wimbledon. Historically, that ratio's bounced all over the gaff, from 0.05 back in 1885 to over 6.6 in the 60s. But in the past 40 years, it's stayed mainly between 0.8 and 2.0. So what does that tell you? That platinum's proper undervalued right now. It's like finding a Banksy at a boot sale next to a box of VHS tapes and dodgy Spice Girls dolls. And don't even get me started on the platinum to silver ratio. It's sitting at around 38 right now. That means you'd need 38 ounces of silver just to bag 1 ounce of platinum. It's like trading 38 Freddos for one posh truffle from Fortnum and Mason. Same weight, different league. Try carrying that much silver in your coat pockets. You'll end up walking in like a penguin on the tube escalator. But let's not get carried away, right? Platinum's got some downsides too. It's not as widely recognised as gold. If you try paying for fish and chips with a platinum coin in Whitby, they'd probably say, "Nice try, mate," and lob it in the arcade token tray. It ain't considered a proper store of value like gold is, despite being rarer. Why? Because gold's got history, tradition, royal connections. Platinum's more of a new kid on the block. It's like bringing Ed Sheeran to a Queen tribute concert. Talented, but not what people came for. Plus, with its silver-like colour, people often mistake platinum for, well, silver. Only gold and copper have their own unique tones. The rest of them look like they've all borrowed from the same paint tin at B&Q, poor platinum. It turns up looking classy and understated. And someone goes, "Nice silver necklace, love." It's like wearing Armani and getting told Tesco's got nice stuff these days. Now let's talk jewellery, because that's where platinum shines. Literally. No need for rhodium plating like white gold. What you see is what you get. It ages like a fine wine, gets a natural patina over time. That's like a vintage look for metals. Think Sean Connery in a tux, not that bloke outside the pub who smells a strongbow. And if you're not into the antique vibe, give it a polish and it's back to red carpet, ready quicker than you can say Love Island's back on telly. But here's where it gets proper juicy for investors. Platinum don't move in lockstep with the stock market. It's got a low correlation to traditional assets. So if your portfolio's looking shakier than Boris on a zipline, platinum might just be your stabiliser wheels. Diversification, they call it. Mix it up like a good bag of Revels. Just pray you don't bite the coffee one. You can get exposure to platinum in all sorts of ways. Physical bars, ETFs, mining stocks, futures if you're feeling brave. Whether you're stacking coins, buying shares in some South African mining outfit, or hoarding like a squirrel in winter, there's a path for every kind of punter. But remember, it ain't risk-free. Prices can dip, especially if the car industry takes a knock or tech shifts away from combustion engines. You don't want to wake up one day and realise your platinum stack's worth less than a bag of frozen Aunt Bessies. Still, with a global supply deficit, growing industrial demand, and a price that's been lagging like a broken Oyster card reader, there's a case to be made that platinum's got room to run. It's like Andy Murray in the early days, underappreciated, a bit awkward, but capable of absolute brilliance when it counts. And don't forget the British connection. Platinum was used in the Queen's Jubilee coins, the Royal Crowns, and even bits of the London Underground trains. That's right, every time you're squashed between a bloke with headphones and someone eating a hot pasty on the central line, you might just be sitting near a bit of platinum. Classy, innit? So if you're the kind of collector who loves gold but fancies a bit of the posh grey stuff, or if you just want to diversify like a proper savvy stacker, platinum might be worth a butcher's. And let's be honest, it sounds fancier. You say, I've got silver, and people think you're a pirate. You say, I've got platinum, and suddenly you're Elton John's cufflink supplier. Anyway, I'd love to stay and wax lyrical a bit more, but the missus is shouting from the hallway now, telling me I promised to take her to her mate Sharon's. Apparently it's urgent. Sharon's got a new sofa, and it must be sat on immediately. She's standing there with her handbag, and that look that says, say one more word about bullion, and you'll walk into Slough. I said, babe, I'm doing important platinum analysis. She goes, you're a grown man talking to strangers about shiny metal. Get in the car. I asked her once why she married me, and she goes, because you're funny. I said, I thought it was because I'm good in bed. She goes, there you go again. Cheeky cow. Smash that like button like it's your last ounce of platinum at a car boot. Drop a comment. Are you team gold, silver or platinum? Or are you just here for the jokes and the pie and mash? And don't forget to subscribe. This ain't the Antiques Roadshow. We're weighing metal and taking names. Stack high, stay golden.